We can call it an episode finale. I don't know, maybe we will find some relevant information that will need to be shared in between, but it is good to say this is probably a season finale in the Meyiwa case in 2023 as we prepare and freshen up for 2024. However, there are quite a number of things that we saw in the trial that began on the 17th of July, in fact, 2023. It ended on the 30th of November 2023. In between, there has been some ups and downs. You will remember this is the video where we're just gonna go through the memory lane, right? We're gonna have to remember the likes of Abo Constable Sizwe Laya Zungu, a man who told us in 2023 that he has been part and parcel of a certain criminal activities. In fact, not even but he has been part of criminal activities that happened. And we even ask questions such as, you are not a member of intelligence department because clearly you are working, we have marked vehicle and all the stuff. So if you are committing such crimes and yet you are unaccountable for such crimes, then what are you telling us as South Africans? You know, sorry guys, you will remember that it is the very same guy who spoke about Gwabini and Sinako. He saw such criminal activities happening, but he did not report that. So that is what, or some of the highlight in the Meyiwa case as far as the memory lane is concerned. There are quite a number of them that we need to talk about, and you know what I'm saying, and let's proceed in the memory lane. But you know, there are other things that I believe that are of good value and virtue as well to remember. You know, to those that don't have forgotten, it cannot be that 63% of you guys who are watching this channel, 63.3% of you guys who are watching this channel, you're not subscribed. You know, that is not a good thing. Please remember to subscribe, like the video, comment in the comment section below. Remember to watch this video until the end. Remember to watch the ad. Remember to share this video as we remember Constable Zungu, a man who came and lied on the stand. And you will remember the guy telling us that he saw these 5 accused and then he committed to these criminal activities. He said that he had a firearm issued by the state. He has got a vehicle issued by the state. He drove to Foster's hostel, and that is where he saw all of these shenanigans happening there. And then he himself, he partook. Sorry guys, he was a partaker in alcohol consumption. So he partook in alcohol consumption, and then furthermore, this is the man who saw people exchanging firearms, and those people who are talking about accused number 1 to 5, he saw some of them exchanging firearms and all the stuff at the Foster's hostel. You will remember that as well, right? So as you go down through the memory lane, he sees such criminal activities, yet he did nothing to report such a criminal activity. Now in South Africa, it is an offense to drink and drive. West part, you've got a vehicle provided by the state, a firearm provided by the state. Here, speaking about a firearm, we saw this guy, he put it on record that he took his the state issued firearm, he gave it to a person who doesn't even have a license. And furthermore, this person who doesn't have a license, he stored a firearm in an unsafe place, if you remember vividly. But we also said that we understand that probably there's nothing that is going to happen to such a man, because I mean, what happened to people who are lying under oath? We haven't seen any drastic measures being taken against people who are lying under oath. Right. If you go down through this memory lane, you will remember we opened this 2023 when the case was in Dinova. We opened it with Uzandi Kumalo. You will remember how Ruth Zandi Kumalo became towards the defense. She was so hostile. You'll remember Ubuzandi Kumalo telling the defense that you're not my husband, don't talk to me like that. What's your take? Right. Now we are going through down the memory lane, right? You'll remember those incidents, right? You will remember remembering Abuzandi Kumalo being crushed by Advocate Mshololo, asking her about her qualification, and boy, oh boy, she couldn't answer that question. And yeah, even today she's still hurting from such. Go down through the memory lane. Remember, we then had the likes of, I'm just going to highlight the key, you know what I'm saying? We had the likes of Abo Lokum Togozi, Togozi Sitwala, who was in the house on the day when Senzo Meyiwa was, Hot word. Oh, guys, I'm so tired. Yo. I'm going to tell you something about it anyway. So he was there and he got asked a simple question to say, you were running parallel, or the person was chasing you behind you. He was behind you, yet he did nothing to, there was no injury. Remember such a story when he was asked, okay, so how did, when you say, he said that it was impossible for this community to run or chase or search for people who are armed, these intruders. Do you remember such a story where he gets there and he tells us that no, it wasn't necessarily going to be possible for these people to run after the intruders because the intruders were armed. How did the community who were not armed searched or went there to search for people who were armed? It really didn't make sense to him. But then the question was posed to him as well to say, all right, Mtogozis, I think it was Mtogozis. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was Mtogozis. Then the question was then posed to him to say, oh, wow, brilliant. So how did then this guy, Longwe Twala, how did he fight with a person who had a firearm? Then you remember, I think it's between Tumelo and Mtogozis, he said that, I don't know how did that happen. That guy must be called to explain. Well, we know that that guy won't be called to explain. The reason being just simple reasons, right? The reasons are that guy, he's pretending to be mentally disturbed. We all know that that's just an act to avoid being brought before court. Right, you remember about Tumelo, it's even in Mtogozisi, exposing Zandi Kumalo, Kelly Kumalo, in fact, that she refused to hand over the ID document, saying that Senzo Meyiwa will speak through a dream, right? Do you remember that? Right. So she refused to hand over that. Remember that these people said that they were told, Kelly Kumalo was told by the police that no, the car you are driving belongs to a person who is a deceased person, so you cannot continue driving his car unless otherwise we declare it fit to be used. So far it forms part and parcel of exhibit, but Kelly Kumalo continued to drive that car. Just to take you down through the memory lane in this finale in the Meyiwa case, then you go down there, you will also remember, or you will recall as well, Advocate Mshololo talking to Tumelo Madlala, telling Tumelo about the decision of the NDPP. The NDPP had said that they haven't ruled out the possibility to prosecute everybody that was in that house, except we conclude with the current case, which is it 636, right? I'm not sure. The current one, right? Then there is this one that therefore highlighted, which is it's a 375, right? So yes, when Advocate Mshololo had said to Tumelo, remember that the NDPP has not refused to actually prosecute you. His response was, I can't wait for that. I'm just wondering What did Tumelo think? Well, the same Tumelo not long ago, it has emerged that the same Tumelo was seen posing in behind the BMW, which is alleged to be driven by Brigadier Bongani Kininda. He was very posing there very nicely. Right. Just to take you down through the memory lane, you will remember the likes of Abun Tabiseng contradicting themselves there, saying that the police, she came back with the police and Makhumalo, and then the police came to take a stand and said, no, we only went back with Umakhumalo, not Untapseng. Well, let me remind you about Ntapseng. Ntapseng, remember, she told us that she's the one that gave who's this guy? She's the one that gave this guy, in fact, Abokeli Kumalo, she's the one that facilitated their calls because they did not have phones, or their phones were not used. They decided to use Ntapseng's phones to call Abo Chikotwala. That is just some of the highlights. The funny part is that Ntapseng's phone has not been investigated, because chances are, if we can get to Ntapseng, we will hear shocking evidence right there. Well, speaking about such shocking evidence, let's also proceed through the memory lane. You will also remember Ntapseng standing before the Honorable Court. She told us that she felt that she was standing out there with Uyolanda, right? And while she was standing there, she heard this bang. When the first bang happened, a man with a dreadlock ran, or somehow, I don't know, with dreadlocks, first person ran down, and then the second bang, two people came running, and then she had the third bang. After the third bang, then boom, Zandi Khumalo shows up. Well, speaking about Zandi Khumalo, you'll also remember that Zandi Khumalo went to found Umapiri outside the house, outside the yard, not inside the house, right? But Ntapseng took a stand and said, no, Zandi Khumalo came to us. We are the one that went with him, went with her in the house. Mapiri was in the house. Just to remind you of the things that happened during this case, people contradicting themselves like nobody's business. They did, right? After that, we then had the likes of, after that we then had about it has been hard, eh? It has been just tough in that stand, remembering the fact that we were told after the contradiction of the same person, the contradiction of Abo Zandi Khumalo and this person, Ntapseng, saying no, she was outside. No, that one is lying. And then Ntapseng goes on to contradict Zandi Khumalo. Do you remember all of that? Remember the police who took a stand and told us that the firearm that belongs to, or that was found in accused number 3, if not 4, right, was never tested. There was never a test. He said that if the test were done, it would have shown him that no, actually this gun is the one is linked to the Meyiwa. Boom. Then you remember that we then had the likes of Abu Mangena trying by all means necessary to link the gun that was found in that scene with Ilo. In fact, you will remember that he gave everything, but the defense has stood down his testimony, his cross-examination. Right. So Mangena hasn't been cross-examined. Well, speaking about Mangena being cross-examined, let's go down a little bit and also remind you of police who came to the stand. You know, speaking about police, let me just remind you of the DNA expert who cleared all the accused and said that based on the scientific evidence that they were bringing from a forensic perspective, accused number 1 to 5 were never at the Khumalo's house. Well, maybe you will want to know what is the significance of that. Well, I might as well remind you the significance of that. The significance there is that when the announcement was made by Minister Begitele, I think at the time he was standing with Ukehla Stole, they said they have a watertight case against the people who were arrested allegedly for taking the life of Senzo Meyiwa, right? They said they've got forensic evidence that backs that up, but forensic evidence comes in and say otherwise, and then you know what I'm saying. So we move a little bit forward. We had recently had the likes of Abosechen Mohola, Abosechen Mohwane, trying by all means to bury the accused. But then the AVL comes in and contradict what they say was key evidence. Some of the things that were of a greater highlight in all of this is the fact that having said the things that I've just said, you need to remember the AVL was brought to rebut Ntanzi's version, but actually, in as much as Ntanzi himself, somehow he failed. Look, some of the things he was proven wrong. Some of the things, though, the AVL proved him right. Just to remember some few things that happened in court, right? Those are some, when you go down through the memory lane, as we prepare for the new year, because we will resume in this case in 2024, the 22nd of January 2024, Senzo Meyiwa case will resume in Pretoria High Court. But I can guarantee you there are more highlights that you just want to sit down and listen to me as I am highlighting those things. Okay, yes, as we go down through this memory lane, you will then remember the confrontation that happened between the judge and the advocate Mshololo. You will also remember that the judge used to boss them like nobody's business, but as time progresses, the defense grew in boldness and began to stand against this judge, and they began this thing of being so resilient against the judge. Those are some of the things that we saw in the Meyiwa case, and we were like, we appreciate this. Remember, then there was a confrontation between Advocate Nisi and the judge. Also, you will remember, there has been some confrontation between the judge and Advocate Mgomezulu. Speaking about the confrontation that did occur in the Honorable Court, we have seen some of the highlights here are that we have seen the judge being so much protective towards witnesses, you know what I'm saying? It has been happening ever since the de novo of this case. We have seen the judge busy protecting the witnesses, right? Some of the incidents as well that are worth noting is the fact that we saw accused number 3, 4, 5 fighting with a prison warden. You do remember such incidents? I do, and I will never forget them. Right, so as we go down through the memory lane, I want you guys to type whatever you remember, what comes into your mind. But then, if I were to have my wish list come 2024, the 22nd of January, the first thing that I would wish to see is to see the judge being a judge, not a witness. That would have been my first. That would have been my number one on the wish list. that to see the judge being fair, because judges are to be fair, right? You know, some of the things, okay, maybe let me say the reason why we are calling for fairness, not only have we seen him being so overprotective towards witnesses, but we have also seen him being so overprotective towards Advocate Baloyi, even though Baloyi had been wrong at some point, but the judge wouldn't even dare correcting Advocate Baloyi. We don't know why. We have seen him being so firmly against the defense, all the lawyers. Advocate Ramasepedi, Advocate Mgomezulu, Advocate Mnisi, Advocate Nxumalo, Advocate Mshololo. He has been firmly against them, and he will rebuke them all day long whenever he gets opportunity. Speaking about this judge as well, the judge at some point made some remarks that he doesn't know how other people were raised, and we say, what are you talking about? He says that how is it that you know, when you are speaking, other people are talking or are speaking on top of you. But funny enough, we saw the very same judge, and he has been consistent in doing that. That he will always speak over the defense. He doesn't even wait for them to finish whatever they are saying. Whenever he feels like he wants to talk whilst they are talking, he will just get in there, talk. But when they do the same thing, he is quick to remind them that he is a judge. I don't know whether that's a definition of abuse of power or what. I don't know. But if ever I were to submit my wish list, those are some of the things. The judge sometimes can be too emotional, and that is a problem. We are not saying he is not a human being, but we are saying just by the mere fact that he is a judge, we think that he has gone through some sort of training which equipped him about the job he was about to, or the journey he was about to embark on. So we believe that there was some form of schooling to prepare him for moments like this, moments where you are required to stand firm but never be emotional, right? So those are some of the things that we noticed in the Meyiwa case that we think needs to be rectified. We can also remember the fact that there are people who are saying we do need to have a petition because people are so tired about the behavior of the honorable judge. They want to design a petition. Other people are saying they want to write an open letter. Other people are saying they want to protest in court. So those are some of the things that you probably want to expect come 2024. Well, speaking about the things that you need to expect, there are quite a number of them in this YouTube channel. The first thing is that you don't need to dismay because content is continuing. Like I can guarantee you that content will continue regardless of the fact that the Senzo Meyiwa case has been done and dusted for 2023, but content you will see, and that I can guarantee you, and I can tell you this, rest assured, it is going to happen. Speaking about things that are going to happen, what's your take about the petition? People are saying we need a petition. Well, speaking about a petition as well, something comes into my mind. Those are some of the highlights. You might not have seen them maybe in the comment section below, but some of them are said in my WhatsApp group. Some of the things that I was asked to do was that we need to write to the EFF and ask the EFF to actually come and assist in the Meyiwa case. You just heard me correct. Did I say assist? Yes, I said it. Well, others are saying we don't want politics. Let politics stand aside. Whilst others are saying we want Malema to make the necessary noise. Those are some of the things that you can engage on. What else do you think I'm leaving aside without having to mention it? Because I'm not sure what I'm leaving aside here. but I'm also sure that I did remember certain things. Because I did remember certain things, I can also tell you, before I can even forget, that there are good news. Expect good news. I've been tired, and I'm going to make use of this time, the time off. I need to travel between provinces, obviously. The aim was, for me, I needed to travel to the likes of Kenya, but yeah, things that will not materialize. Yeah, but the reason I'm saying that is because I want you guys to go home, freshen up, prepare your mind, and at least you've got a month and how many days? 21 days, a full month and 21 days, just to refresh. Just a period where you don't talk about Senzo Meyiwa case or trial, but it's just a refresh. The reason you need to refresh is because 2024 will come. To those who will not make it to 2024, we are saying, please live your life in a manner that even if it happens that we don't have to meet again, but we do meet in heaven because of your lifestyle. Some of the things that I also need to say is this one, the fact that, why am I forgetting this important announcement? Oh yes, in this, we've been promoting this here, that people, it's December time, you are going to spend a lot of money wherever you are. It's okay. January is coming, and what we wish to see, or I wish to see you guys adopting just one child. Buy them a school uniform. Anything that you can do, please do. I want you, don't give me your money, save your money, but come January, I want you guys to take that money, just buy something for a person who is unable, for a person who is in need. I'm not talking about a person who is in want, but I'm talking about a person who is in need, right? Those are some of the goals that we are to achieve in 2024. But the money is to be saved during December time, because December time, we tend to be spenders, and we spend a lot of money during December time, which is not what we wish to see going forward. Well, speaking about something that we don't wish to see going forward, we also don't wish to see you, or I also don't wish to see you coming back and complaining about how tough January is. You know that there's a month called January, so you need to save for that month. Don't come to us and be broke in January. We don't care. If you are broke, we're not going to give you money because you knew January was coming. But you decided to eat your money during December time. Where are you going to get the money? We're not saving money for you. Just because we don't drink alcohol doesn't necessarily mean that we must now save our money so that we can borrow because we don't drink alcohol. You made your choice to drink alcohol. We made our choice not to drink alcohol. Therefore, don't blame us. Everybody will have to enjoy their consequences. But because you are a member of this YouTube channel or you are subscribed to this, we get to advise you in advance about that. Yeah, some of the things that we need to remember is that, some of the things that we need to know, there are quite a number of planning ahead of the new year. In 2023, I did not anticipate so much of support, but actually it did happen, and I'm very, very grateful about the support that I received here, and I'm very grateful about that support. So it was quite overwhelming, did not expect it, but I can tell you this, there are plans in place to make sure that we as a family, we are happy together. Right, go down through your memory lane. Tell me what you think about everything that have just occurred. Go down through the memory lane. Try to remember as much as you can about what happened during the Senzo Meyiwa case. What are your highlights during the Meyiwa case, right? I am so keen to hear your highlights. Whatever you do concerning the Senzo Meyiwa case, remember to take care, because these people, they are willing to play dirty. They are willing to do whatever it takes to win this case. They are willing to do any dirty thing just to make sure that they win this case. So whatever you decide to do, please remember this. Take care, right? I am going to have to remind you by playing some of the videos just to remind you of the things that happened in 2023. I am going to give you that. So, as I say goodbye, it's not goodbye, but I want you guys to just listen to what happened during this time of case Lled Senzo Meyiwa, what happened in court and all this stuff. So I am definitely going to go down through that memory lane, trying to provoke your mind to remember certain things. I did save certain videos, so they are here, right? As we go down, guys, I will see you again on the next video. As we end this video, remember to watch the following videos. Till then, please take care.
Okay, what I'm more interested in is the report that you gave, the information that you gave to Colonel Buthelezi. What did you tell him about the suspect? Did you give him description of the suspects? Did you tell him what transpired on the 24th? That's why I want to know. What did you tell Colonel Buthelezi?
Into engifuna ukuyazi ke ukuthi wamtshela ukuthini lona uKolonel Buthelezi.
uKolonel Buthelezi
ke mayelana ke nabasolwa.
uKolonel Buthelezi angibozanga lutho ngabasolwa, wangiboza kakhulu mayelana nomndeni wakaKhumalo lokuhlobana kwami nawo.
Okay, the Colonel Buthelezi did not ask me a lot about the suspects. Emphasis were more about the Khumalos family. What is it that I know about the members of the Khumalos?
Yebo.
And as to how I relate with the Khumalos.
Yes. What else?
None futhi.
Ngabe singimchazela ukuthi angihlobene nabakaKhumalo futhi angibazi.
I then said to her that I'm not related with the Khumalos, and further that they are unknown to me.
Okay. Did you then tell Colonel Buthelezi that you had an important information about the suspect in this matter?
Wamtshela uKolonel Buthelezi ukuthi khona ke ulwazi nje olumqokwa olumayelana ke nalaba solwa kuleli cala. Wamtshela lokho?
Yebo, ingakho ayenze i-meeting.
Yes, and that is because that is the reason why she convened that meeting.
Yes. That's where I want to find out what is it that you said to Colonel Buthelezi about the information you have.
Yilokho ke engilangazela ukwazi ukuthi wena utheni kuKolonel Buthelezi ngalolo lwazi ke wena owaluphethe.
Engamtshela khona ukuthi ngiyabazi abasolwa.
What I told her was that I knew the suspects.
Did you give her descriptions?
She did not ask about the description, therefore I did not give her the description.
What else did you tell Colonel Buthelezi?
Wamtshela ukuthini uKolonel Buthelezi futhi? There isn't much that I related to her because I think Warrant Officer Makubo had already related much to her.
No, don't testify on something that you're not sure of. I'm just asking you about you. What else did you tell Colonel Buthelezi? About the information that you had, remember, of the 26th of October.
Mayelana ke nolwazi owaluphethe ngaleso sikhathi mayelana nesigameko sange-26 October 2014.
Njengoba sengishilo ukuthi uKolonel Buthelezi akabanga ne-interest kuma-suspect, waba ne-interest ekungibuzeni kakhulu ngokwamndeni wakaKhumalo.
As I have already said, Colonel Buthelezi did not have much of interest in the suspects. but she had an inclination to ask me about the Kumalos family.
So I'm supposed to cross-examine him. So
he can self-incriminate himself. Is that what you're saying?
Not unless if he says he does not.
No,
want
but
to
this court has
yes.
to see to it that the law is upheld.
Yes.
So
yes.
I can't let a transgression which this witness is asked to walk into without warning him. Of course, I can tell him that if you want to answer that question, you're at liberty to answer it, yes. But you must know your rights, that as a witness, yes. You're not a compellable witness to incriminate yourself. That's what the law says, not me.
Yes.
Hello? For your notification, you are not obliged or compelled to answer questions which you believe may incriminate you, because you are the person who's answering.
Yes, sir.
That option is exercised by you, but not anybody else, because you, if you incriminate yourself, you shall have been responsible for that self-incrimination. Do you understand that, sir?
I understand that, my lord.
Yes, Mr. Normalo, we proceed.
So do you want to answer this question that I've posed you, that you did nothing, you did not effect any arrest, you see persons exchanging firearms in your presence, you don't do anything, being a police member?
Uyafuna ukuphendula lo mbuzo naba bantu ba exchange ibhamu khona laphana wena uyilunga lephoyisa akho lutho olenzayo awubophi umuntu ngoba ubona nje kwenqa umthetho ngaleyo ndlela uyafuna ukuphendula lo mbuzo?
Ngicela ungawuphenduli.
May I not answer that question?
In your examination in chief, you testified that you gave your firearm, your state firearm, to someone else.
Yes.
And that was wrong.
Once again, request these provisions of Section 203 have already been explained, but they once again be explained.
Why not the witness, if it's his right if he says, I elect not to answer that.
But you are an officer of this court. This court has already made a ruling about that.
Why not? Unfortunately, it's part of the witness examination in chief. That's why I had to go. I had to put questions to that effect because it's part of the examination in chief, which was introduced by the same witness, incriminating himself under oath. So that's why I'm asking this clarity question, my lord.
What's your response, sir? You know your rights. What's your response?
What is your question, Mam Shalolo?
Yeah, I was saying it was wrong what you did. For giving your firearm to someone else.
Let me not answer that one.
And
earlier on, the witness said that that is in accordance with your statement or your version.
Sorry, that was...
Earlier on, he said that, according to you, that was wrong. But let me not answer that question.
And do you agree with me that if a person gives his firearm to someone or to other person who is not licensed to possess that firearm, that is an offense?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay. And we have testified under oath that you have handed your firearm to someone else who was not licensed to possess that firearm belonging to you.
I wouldn't know whether he's got a license, but I've got my reasons as to why I handed him the firearm.
But you were the only person who was licensed to possess that firearm.
Do you know whether Gwabeni is licensed or not?
Sorry, man.
Gwabeni, do you know whether he's licensed or not? If you do, of course, fine.
But what I'm saying in respect of the state firearm which the witness was allocated.
No, but you're alluding to a firearm which apparently was handed to Gabeni. Whether Gabeni has a license or not, do you have knowledge about that, or your client rather?
No, my lord, I think that was not line of my question. My line of question was that, my lord.
Who is supposed to be having a license and not to be given a firearm by this witness?
The person who's supposed to have the license is the witness.
It was supposed to be whom?
Sorry, my lord?
It was supposed to be whom?
Yes, supposed to be the witness only, not the person whom
he has a firearm. He has a firearm.
Yes, my lord.
So he's handing that firearm to somebody else, and it's supposed to be whom?
Who did not have the license to protect.
Right, it's whom?
According to his evidence, that was Kwabini, my lord.
He never said that. Kwabeni didn't have a license.
My lord, can I engage a witness regarding that, other than engaging the court? Because the witness is the one who is testifying, and I need clarity, my lord, as to who had the firearm to possess the state firearm, which was allocated to him.
You can do that, but
yes,
I can't allow you to make a statement which was never made by this witness.
My lord, I can rephrase if the court...
I read you this thing yesterday.
Yes.
I read... A judge is not a mere umpire to answer the question, how is that? Lord Benning once said, fairness of court proceedings requires of the trier to be actively involved in the management of the trial, to control the proceedings, to ensure that public and private resources are not wasted, to point out when evidence is irrelevant, and to refuse to listen to irrelevant evidence. A supine approach towards litigation by judicial officers is not justifiable either in terms of the fair trial requirement or the context of resources. And I said this case is by 5 judges. Case is Taken Safe Trading CC and others versus Standard Bank of South Africa Limited 2004-4 SA. That's what they say I must do, not me. 5 judges. Okay. So when you say I interfered, I'm just following the dictates of the law. That's all. Yeah, I repeat again. People in this court, they must respect the decorum and the decency. And this includes everybody. Sometimes when I talk, counsel just juts in. And I just, well, if Bafundiswe kanje, what can I do?
It's fine, my lord, you can protect the witness, but it's wrong what the witness has said.
Mr. Sholos, how can I protect a witness? I just asked him, why is he making that remark? I wanted to understand why. And he gave an explanation. But I'm not saying this explanation is sufficient. And I'm saying people should respect the decorum of
I need to thoroughly consult with accused number 1 and 2 to my satisfaction so that I can proceed to cross-examine the witness, especially on the charge sheet. And there are certain parts in the docket where accused number 1 has just indicated to me that he wants to be shown a part where his thumbprint was placed on the docket.
No, fine.
Yes, my lord, can I...
So this court, wait. This witness is being badgered by you, saying he has repeated it 4 to 5. How many times did you say the arrest was on the 26th?
4 times, my lord.
The first appearance was on the 27th. Yes. I'm not interfering. Wait, Mr. Gomezulu, please. I've listened to this witness. So I'm saying, where he says the first appearance was on the 27th, this document, which apparently says the first appearance was on the 27th, I've got it. The court has it. So I'm saying they must show it to you and the other counsels. That's all I'm saying.
But it's part of my cross-examination. I'm still going on exhibits. I'm still going on exhibits.
Okay, fine. Just go on, sir. No problem.
My lord, I think I would request an adjournment because if the court is disturbing my cross-examination, you are taking me out of the line.
No, I can't.
May I just stand the matter down until tomorrow?
No ways. Just continue. The court is entitled, when there is confusion between the state, the prosecution, if it has a document which contradicts that contradiction, to say, is this the document you are referring to? That's all I'm saying to this witness. Is this the charge sheet you are referring to when you say the warrant of arrest and the charge sheet were simultaneously issued?
Yes, correct.
That's what this witness is saying. Now I'm told, that's all I'm saying. I can't disturb your cross-examination. You are free to cross-examine as you want. Okay.
I'm not even satisfied with the contents of what is in this.
Which one?
copies.
No, you can.
I haven't gone through them. I still want to. The principle of law in terms of Section 35 of the Constitution 108 of 1996 prescribes that any arrested person, is referring to any arrested person, must be brought before a court of law. Formally, he is arrested because he made a confession on the 19th of June. That's why the state established a prima facie case. He is arrested. The Constitution provides a right that must protect the accused, that he must be brought to court within 48 hours. As per your entry, I'm making submission, as per the entries or the exhibits, there's nothing on the exhibits that records case number 636 of 10/2014 that has been recorded on the occurrence book. Number two, in the absence of such recordings, a confession, that means my submission is that if that confession was made at the police station, there was going to be an entry. But because the version of the accused person says it was made at Orlando, that is the reason why we don't have that entry, because it was made in an open area. Do you understand it?
Yes, I do understand you.
So,
can I answer you?
In conclusion, before you go to, I want to emphasize the right that has been infringed of not bringing accused number 2 to court within 48 hours. In the nutshell, both confessions by accused number 2 were not freely and voluntarily given by accused number 2. And it's my instruction, and my instruction further is that from the day he was arrested on the 16th of June until or up to the 24th, when the alleged confession was taken, he was not in a rightful state of mind because of the assaults.
I don't go to June 24 or mobile usane kamuhelo yamla tu ubasa asi modikelon jeribuzi kaore ba fela ba motsi
Madam Commissioner le re ke yeso o tloa ka 16 fla ka 23 24 a betwa ora ona sata o tla phela o ba sa le o atla ja go tsemelo ga o ra le lo ba betwa di re menta re mchupa re electrifies so na o ba tla ba sa phela you know.
Well, so let me put it this way. If this person had been assaulted from that day, from the 16th to the 24th, and being choked and with all that assault, was he still going to be the same as he is now? I'm shouting so I'm class 16 from class 24. Eloge fawa no plastic kanda. Shoot why say eloge mfaka bembopisa na ngogesi. Shooting empela. Besazo was good kobe rubbish.
Sorry, is the word which he used natlas and apela? Did you use that word?
Well, urele ubasata aphila.
Owatlapila na.
Yes. Mr. Interpreter, I understand most of these languages. Tell it as it is. It says, if you are subjected to such chopping, assault, etc., would you still be alive? Is that how you are putting it, sir?
Oba ke ngempela ke wayenzwa konke lokhu kushawa banjise ngogesi afakwe neshophu bezoqhubeka esaphila.
I'm instructed by the accused that he was not at the hostel on the 26th of October 2014.
I personally saw him. Further, he gave me the key to the vehicle.
I'm further instructed by the accused that at no stage on the 24th of October 2014 at the hostel, that is Foster's hostel, entered the bedroom of Kwabeni in the company of accused number 5.
That's a lie. He was there because there he was able to give me the keys.
I'm further instructed by accused number 4, Mr. Mapisa, that at no stage on the 26th of October 2014, he was in the company of accused number 1, 2, 3, and 5 at Foster's hostel. It is a lie.
If he says that that is a lie, there is a photograph that you referred me to, and that photograph has to do with the 26th of October 2014, where accused number 4, together with accused number 3, are depicted in that.
Attorney, can I just say this, Maggie?
No, it referred to it.
So, no, first of all, I was Kelly Kumalo before Senzo Meyiwa. I did not know who Senzo Meyiwa was until a friend of mine, Lucian Tiane, explained to me who he was. Nobody knew who Senzo Meyiwa was until he was attached to the brand Kelly Kumalo. So, really, really, I have nothing to gain. I've had nothing to gain with either his wins or his losses. Nothing to gain. All I had was love for him, nothing else.
Thank you, my lord. Can I proceed?
Yeah.
Thank you. Ma'am, let's go back. I just missed at the beginning of your examination in chief your occupation. What is your occupation?
Right
now, I'm a singer. I'm an artist.
Okay, for how long?
I've done in 2016.
I started in 2016.
Are you qualified to do that?
Qualified to go into law? Yes, that's
okay.
so.
Why should a singer be qualified? You just sing. Okay, right.
My lord, it is very important to get the.
Have you heard of a gentleman called Mashatin in Bojomane? When he sings, and I sing, and you sing.
But it's important to get the qualifications of the witness properly.
You can ask
if
it.
they are, and if he doesn't have,
ask it.
We just need to.
Maybe you want to say, did you study music?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, just like me.
I studied music. It's a talent that I was born with.
Okay.
And metric? Did you pass metric?
Metric or pass? What's the relevance?
What's your highest standard of education?
Marketing.
I did marketing.
Have you testified in court before?
No.
This is your first time ever?
Yes, that's correct.
As the witness of the court, the purpose for you to come here is to tell the court what happened. Do you understand that?
Njengofakazi wenkantolo ke injongo noma inhloso yokuthi ube lana ukutshela inkantolo lokho okwenzeka uyakuzwa lokho.
When you were doing the search, did you look around the cupboard area?
Ingabe nabheka yini la ngasekhabethini? We looked around in our own way.
I'm interested in that way. What way is that?
Yiphi ke leyo ndlela yini?
If you say you look on your own way, which way is that?
Uma uthi nabheka ngendlela yini, yiphi leyo ndlela yini?
Ukuthi ubheke nje yonke indawo ukuthi ungathola.
Just to look around all over the places what it is that you can find.
How did you look your own way?
Ukubheka ngendlela yini,
How did you do that? Looking your own way. How did you do that?
Ukwenza kanjani lokho ukubheka ngendlela yini? Noma nikwenza kanjani?
Can you tell the court?
Noma emini engasebenzi ukuthi ngendlela yethu. Njengoba ngubheka nje ngibheka ngendlela yami. Understand ukuthi manje ubheka ngendlela. Njengoba ngimbheka nje ngimbheka ngendlela yami.
I don't know whether it's me.
I'm telling you that you left the crime scene. When you knew exactly that you were supposed to guard the crime scene, you left it with Mr. Khumalo.
Ngithi ke kwena ke mina ke endaweni yokuthi ke nigadeke noma nibheke crime scene nayishiya ke nishiya nayo Mr. Khumalo. Okay.
You also failed to prevent the tampering with the crime scene and left the crime scene with Mr. Khumalo.
Nokuthi ke anizange nikwenzeke ukuthi ke nigadeke ukuthi nivike noma nivimbeke ukuthi kungabikho ukuphazanyiswa noma ukutempara ngokuthi nishiye uKhumalo lapha yana. Isn't it that you are still putting it to me?
Yes. Do you have any comment?
Khona ufuna ukusho.
That you left the crime scene?
Because you are putting it to me, it's fine.
Yeah. Do you agree with me that you left the crime scene with Mr. Khumalo?
Uyavuma? No.
With whom did you leave the crime scene with?
Nakushiya bani kanti? I didn't leave anyone.
Oh, okay. So the crime scene was left unattended?
Kusho ukuthi nashiya nje inganakiwe crime scene noma ingabhekiwe.
I want to get the clarity now.
Ngifisa uchazelwa ke manje.
Was there a police officer who was left at the crime scene when you left, or it was Mr. Khumalo only, or you left with no one?
Ingabe uma nihamba ke niye esibhedlela likhona yini iphoyisa nalishiya noma kwasala Mr. Khumalo kuphela? No, there's no police officer.
Okay. It was only Mr. Khumalo.
Khumalo kuphela.
Okay. You know the reason.
And further, I will put to you that there were no intruders that entered that house on the 26th of October 2014 that shot and killed Senzo Meyiwa.
Ngifuna ukusho ke ukuthi akukho abangeneleli kwenye ama-intruder angena laphayana endlini nge-26 ka-October 2014 bangena badubula uSenzo babulala uSenzo.
Ngiyakuzwa ukuthi uthini. Mawukuthi unempendulo yokuthi ubani ngicela ungitshele manje ukuthi ubani ngoba ngenanga umuntu angithi usho kanjalo.
Now if
ngitshele ukuthi ubani.
If that is what you are saying, then you've got the answer as to who actually did it. Because at this point, you are saying, or at this point in time, you are saying that there are no intruders that had access to the house. Now, tell me now.
Or else uhlawumpisele ungenani ungitshela ukuthi ubani so that ngizokuphendula.
At least you should tell me who it was so that I can then be able to answer you or respond.
Those are the propositions I'm putting to you. If you want any clarification, re-exam will come with my learned colleague, Mr. Baloyi.
Uma ngabe kukhona ke ingcaciselo ofuna ukuba nayo ubaba Baloyi makazophinde futhi akubuza imibuzo kuyovelela lapho.
Because ayikho lento uyishoyo.
Because what whatever you are saying, it doesn't exist. All that you are saying, it's lies.
Look,
I apologize if it sounds as though I am being disrespectful, but I don't have time to play.
And now,
whatever that you are saying, you are privy to saying it because you are on the side of the people that you are defending.
And I
would also wish to receive that information pertaining to the fact or to the allegations that I am lying, that you should substantiate that.
Looking at this whole situation, makuthiwa khona umuntu oshonile endlini and umyeni kamuntu or boyfriend yomuntu, the first suspect would be obviously maybe the girlfriend or the wife. Ne? And in all of this, thina silandiwe formal detector test, thina senzeni senzani, but no one has ever looked at uMandisa. No one. Thina wethu amafoni ayathathwa. Mandisa ifoni ayithathwa ngani? uMandisa aka-investigatewa ngani? Not so long ago, Lled Senzo said on national television ukuthi she tried by all means to make sure ukuthi umshado kaKelly noSenzo does not happen, or amalobolo does not happen. Wahamba wayefuna umuntu wesichitho. So my question is, kuleyo Senzo leso, to what lengths did she go to make sure this does not happen? Is it even possible that maybe yena no malokazana wakhe baletha abantu not necessarily to target uSenzo but to target uKelly to make sure that this does not happen? And also one of my other concerns is that the police are just fishing in one pond. Why can't we look at other avenues? Because sina 8 years manje siqulana naleli licala, but wonke umuntu ubheke in one direction. And akuphumi answer kulo direction esibheke kuyo. Why can't we look at other people, look at other possible or possibilities?
South Powder. Had decided that the following people, my lord, be charged, which is number 1, Longwe Twala, number 2, Kelly Kumalo, number 3, Gladness Kumalo, number 4, Zandi Kumalo, number 5, Tumelo Madlala, number 6, Mtokozi Sitwala, number 7, accused 7, it's Maggie Peer, my lord. On 2 counts, my lord. Count number 1, the DPP has decided that they must be charged on the count of murder, in that upon or about the 26th day of October 2014 in Etonie, Boksbeek, in the sub-district of Eguruleni, the accused, whose name I've just read into the record, my lord, who acted as perpetrators or accomplice or accessory after the fact, unlawfully and intentionally killed Senzo Meyiwa, an other person, by shooting him. And count number 2, my lord, is defeating the ends of justice. In that, on or about the date and at or near the place mentioned in count 1, the accused did unlawfully and with intent to defeat or obstruct the cause of justice, commit an act to wit, accused number 1 to 6, they hatched a plan and informed the police that they were robbed at gunpoint by unknown persons. Accused 7, she cleaned the crime scene prior to the arrival of the police, which acts defeated or obstructed the administration of justice.